The 4th of July is about a week and a half away, and of course people will want to cool down by getting in the water, but even for people anxious to float the Boise River, it's not safe quite yet, and the Silver has what it takes to be safe this year in those floating conditions.
The opening weekend, I always try and float that weekend just because I like to see how many people are on the river, and we have like the super soaker guns and everything too, so just ready to have fun.
Many of us in Boise and the Treasure Valley are anxious to float the Boise River.
Always like checking to see like how many CFS is going right now, and I'm like, okay, what do we need to be at? And I'm like weirdly on top of that because I want to know.
Joel Fenolio with the Bureau of Reclamation says currently the Boise River is flowing at 3,300 cubic feet per second, which is too fast and dangerous to float. The mark for safe floating is usually just 12 to 1,500 CFS. That means water would need to drop nearly 2/3 to get to that point.
This year, because of the cooler weather, it's been a delayed runoff year, so we've had more flood control operations than we normally would and did anticipate back in May. So usually it's about June 20th, June 25th when we get people on the river for floating, but this year, just because we had a lot of rain in May and then it cooled off, it's been a delayed runoff pattern this year.
He says the Boise Fire Department must work to clear debris before they can reduce the flows.
Ultimately, it's up to the Boise Fire Department to give the okay for floating season to start here on the Boise River.
Once the Boise Fire Department does decide the river can be opened, the Bureau of Reclamation will lower it to about 1,200 CFS. While there isn't a guarantee what day that will be, they hope around the 4th of July. And floating is always at your own risk.
But even with that, people need to be, conscientious of that it's going to be a cold river. It's still moving really fast.
Anna Silver, 6 on your side.